Hi, my name is Rose Cunfer, and I'm owner of Sugarloaf Soaps located in Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania. Today I'm going to share with you a simple procedure known as melt and pour soap, which is a great starter project for your soap industry. The first thing I'd like to go over with you is how important it is to always use the correct safety equipment. Always have ready next to you your gloves, a hairnet, safety goggles, and a mask. You want to make sure that you have an area that is cleaned and that you're actually making your soap in an area that is void of pets and children. Next, I'd like to show you the items that you should have ready to start your project making melt and pour soap. A large, sharp kitchen knife, a spatula, wooden or plastic spoon, some pipettes, a measuring tablespoon, teaspoon device, a large glass bowl, a small spray bottle with isopropyl alcohol, 91% is recommended, your colors, your scents, and a few extra measuring cups so that you can do some other procedures along the way, and most importantly, your melt and pour glycerin base. And lastly, you will pick the molds to produce your soap in. I have picked 2 designer molds to use in our project today. The first thing we're going to do is cut our melt and pour base into 1-inch squares. Once we are done cutting our desired amount of melt and pour, we are going to place them in the bowl and we are going to put it into the microwave to melt it. When you are melting, what you should do is place the bowl inside and only melt it in 30-second bursts. Once your melt and pour has reached this consistency, you are now ready to start creating. Once I take my melt and pour out of the microwave, you need to take your isopropyl alcohol, 91%, in your spritzer bottle and just spritz around to take out any air bubbles that may have formed while you were mixing. As you can see now, you've got a clear base, and what we want to do is we've already decided on what we want our color to be. So we're going to take, in this case, this is red, and we're going to decide how red do we want it. I would suggest starting with a lighter color base and just stir it around to see if you have gotten to the intensity of color that you want. In this case, I wanted mine to be between a pink and a red. I want to continue stirring it to make sure that it is all mixed through very evenly, which I've completed. And now I'm going to take the scent. In this case, I've selected sweet pea. And I'm just going to put about 1 tablespoon. I'm measuring it very gently because I do not want to make it too strong for people that may get an allergic reaction to scent. Again, I'm mixing it in thoroughly, going around in both directions to make sure that my color and my scent are well mixed together. Okay, I've achieved that. I'm going to spray it one more time with the isopropyl alcohol, just to remove any bubbles that possibly formed during the mixing. And I'm now going to pour it into my desired mold. With the mold that I'm using today, you could actually use a few different procedures for melt and pour. You can see that there's an indent in the mold, so you could actually take one of your pipettes and draw this insert in a different color to correspond with the color of your soap. You could pour it just as one solid soap, all in the same color, or you could actually take and just pour the bottom of the bar to take in your swirl in one color, wait until that actually hardens about 2 or 3 hours, and then spray it with the alcohol and pour a second layer on. So you're actually getting 2 layers of color in the soap. For demonstration today, we're going to be pouring one color, again, making sure that our consistency is smooth and free of bubbles. Okay, so we're going to pour it right into the mold. Slowly, more slowly you pour it, the less bubbles you will get. And then again, I will give you the beginning part of a 2-part mold where you would pour just the bottom of it and actually stop. Allow that to harden, and then you can pour your second color onto it. As you can see around the surface, there are some air bubbles. That's where the alcohol again comes into play, and it magically will make those air bubbles disappear. And you want to make sure you make them disappear because that will give you a very clean looking, beautiful soap. Once again, when you're making soap, if you would like to use another technique, I will show you in this half-poured center, you can actually put some chunks of different colored soap inside. And that particular process is called embeds. You can make it color coordinated, different colors, anything that you wanted to use, you would just simply place that into the soap. Now that our soap has hardened into the molds, I'd like to give you a few hints on how to easily remove it, especially from a plastic mold. If you would gently take the mold in your hand and put some pressure on the center of the soap, you're actually going to form an air bubble, and that's called burping it. So you're actually going to loosen it enough to burp it out of the mold. And this is exactly what you're going to find happening. This is your bar of soap. As you can tell, we have the filigree in the middle. This is a solid bar. And again, a solid bar with the filigree in the middle that I've kind of used a double layer, so you're actually picking up both the pink and the purple. This is a bar, a heart-shaped bar that I poured just one color, but you'll see that there's a lovely design on it, which is actually from the mold itself. This is a 2-layer, as we were talking about in the beginning, that you could actually pour one color, let it harden, spray it with the alcohol, pour the second color on top, so you get a 2-dimensional look. And lastly, this is a 3-dimensional look. You are using your white soap, clear soap, and you're actually putting your embeds into your soap so that you can see little items floating around in there, which are actually soap underneath the design of the soap itself. Melt and pour soap is a really fun, easy way to begin your soaping career. You can choose colors, textures, sizes. Actually, the sky is the limit. I also feel that it is the easiest in the beginning to get you accustomed to using the different tools and get a really wide-based understanding of what soap making is all about. I don't know if you've had fun today watching this video, but I've had a great amount of fun teaching it to you, and I hope you all try it, and good luck in your business.